Okay, so these have finished running. I've also requested a few other uh, organizations from different roles, but now that we've got enough back, I'm going to just refresh the page um, just so that we've got a fresh set of data on the page. And we're going to go now to, I can show you the organizations page so we can at least see the list of organizations in a table. The tables tend to all work the same. They've got pagination options 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 per page. Um, it shows you the total down at the bottom. There's at the moment 41,000 or so. Um, so it's still getting some. Um, Now here we can see a list of the primary roles that we've got data for. So if I just search for prescribing cost center, it'll show me just the prescribing cost centers. Obviously, we've got a default status of active, but we can take that off and see everything or just the inactive ones, but I'll leave it on active for now. And let's just sort by some sort of area. So we could do postcode area, and I'll do Portsmouth because that's where I live. And now you can see 136 prescribing cost centers in the Portsmouth area. Um, So that's nice, but what we're actually going to look at is the organisation map. So if I go here, we'll be able to see a map of England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and all the organisations within. However, I'm only putting 1,000 on the map because any more than that and it gets a bit sluggish. It also is incredibly difficult to see anything. So for that reason, I've made the opacity of the markers change with the zoom level. So as you zoom in, the opacity you can see here, marker opacity is on 45%. Let's just zoom in on this dentist, and it's changing 60%. And as you get to the highest zoom level, I've lost it. There we go, 100% opacity now. So we can change that. We can override it. So if we zoom back out, Um, it's getting lower and lower. It's back down to 40. If this is on 0, then it's just going to be based on the zoom level. But if we change it, it can be anything. And if we put it down quite low, it looks like quite a good heat map. You can have it on any setting you want. If it's on 100%, it kind of looks a little bit cluttered, particularly when you're zooming out. So yeah, it might be worth playing around with that to suit your needs. I'll just put it down to auto for now. So you can see that we've just basically got everything on a map. Um, so these filters still apply. So we could just go back to the exact same filters. So these are all postcode filters in this section. I'm just going to go to Portsmouth. And in Portsmouth, we only have 384 organisations, so it's a bit more manageable. And those organisations are the ones that we can see here. So GP, dental practice, GP, pharmacy, and police custody suite is what I've currently requested. Um, yeah, so let's actually pick a different postcode area because I want to see something in London. Where is London? Let's go to Metro Region, London. Where are you? Okay, so here's what's going on in London. There's quite a lot going on. I've deliberately picked this because it's a busy area. So if I just pick one of the GP practices, the prescribing cost centers here, if we click on it, we go to the organization page, which shows us only that one prescribing cost center or that one organization that we clicked on. You can see the details of that here. There's not a huge amount, just the role ID, or primary role, organization ID, postcode, latitude, longitude, last change date, and whether or not it's active. And the whole point of this page is so that you can search other organizations nearby. So we default to a zoom level of 6. If I select this and then click on pharmacy, it'll then fire a query to find all the pharmacies nearby. Now it's found 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tells me down here there's 5, and this table will show all of those 5. and we can zoom out on the map. And every time we change the zoom level, we're just going to refire off that query to get more data. We can see we're now at a 1.9 kilometer radius. If we want to change that, we can slide this down, and as we do, it will again fire off the query to change the radius. Worth pointing out that the icons sit above the point that they're marking, so that pharmacy there, it's not outside of the boundary, it's just sitting just inside of it. So they'll be on the bottom here, and then they'll stick out probably at these edges towards the top. And we can go down to 50% of the width, because then we're just at the next zoom level, which is the one we're at for. So if I just make this wider and go back a few, it'll again only show us 1,000 at the most. Let's just see if we can get all of them. I think we might be getting 1,000 now. Yep. So it's saying 1,000 records found. Please select a smaller area because there's too many icons on the map, basically. So again, we can just do it one of two ways. This is really just picking a percentage of the width, so you can't easily get an accurate like a nice round number here, but it's probably going to suit the needs. Again, you see here, these are the things right on the boundary, and you've again got them listed here. Unfortunately, the sorting and pagination doesn't work on this table because it's not hooked up this in quite the same way. So it's something I've got to address. But and again, we don't actually have any action here. If you click on these, nothing really happens. If you, oh, yeah, I've just done something. I just zoomed out by mistake, so I scrolled in the wrong area. So I might again have to tweak this so that maybe scrolling doesn't affect the zoom level. But that's how I'm zooming, by scrolling. If you scroll here, it's fine. But if your cursor's here and you do that, you'll fire off the query. So yeah, again, nothing happens if you click on these, but I could certainly get it to do anything. It's really just a case of getting a decent set of requirements. From what I can remember, this is something that's probably going to be useful, but I'm not really sure where we take it from here. There is no as yet no API calls to the actual prescribing data itself, but there could be. The caveat with that would be that it would be on a per organization basis, and obviously would be difficult to get vast quantities of information about other organizations and store it. So that's the only thing I can't do, is store lots of information, like hundreds of millions of rows. But there's currently, I can't remember, 40,000 organization data records. That's fine. It goes up to till 300,000. That my sort of development database can handle quite easily, and the server that I've had it on also could. But yeah, getting the 400 million records of prescribing data would be a bit of a stretch. So I might have to come up with something clever there. But yeah, be interesting to hear your thoughts, and let me know what you want to do.